EA Sports and the Korn Ferry Tour are proud to showcase the finest young golfers from around the globe. Today, from the Quail Hollow Club in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's opening round coverage of the Charlotte Championship. We've got a full field ready to get rolling on this Thursday as we get a look at the early leaderboard. A lot of folks fighting for the title, including our leader. We start the inward half with the longest hole at Quail Hollow, 592-yard par 5. Fairly straight. Avoid that fairway bunker on the left and let it rip. Let's get out to the action just after the turn as we begin the inward 9 at the par 5 10th. Maybe some frustrations taken out there after that last hole. That was a big swing, and it is going to be a big result. Let's bring in Nota Begay III, who has come through the Korn Ferry Tour, went on to win 4 times on the PGA Tour. Nota, what's it like when you have the finish line in sight, where you know you can punch your ticket with just a good solid finish, anything top 10, probably even top 20, getting you through?
Well, if anybody was ever wondering what it was like to play every shot feeling like you're going to throw up, this is it. Because playing in these types of scenarios make me so nervous. Every single shot matters. You can lose hopes of playing on the PGA Tour, or you can gain hopes every single time.
Really hit that second shot on the button to this par 5, but Frank couldn't get it to stop.
Yeah, too good, too long, sadly.
Let's bring in Nota Begay III for a look at birdie.
And this is definitely coming from his left, just slightly down the slope.
Yeah, that's not bad. He was hoping that would come down a little more, but that's a good effort. So that's in for par to start this backside. And he'll remain in red figures at 1 under. The 11th hole was lengthened in recent years, making this a pretty challenging par 4. What do you think, Frank?
It is, Rich. The 2 bunkers down the left side are almost all the distances that you would think of if you lay up or you go for it with a driver. So you have to respect that and just go a little right. It's a lovely tee shot, the way in which it flows in amongst the trees, though, on either side. And a deceptively quick green from back to front. Too strong for this hole, eh? Ran out of fairway and into the rough. Big hit, though.
Ball not sitting too badly here at number 11. This is second shot. When in doubt, middle of the green will work just fine. A lot of green to travel here, but this is for birdie. Oh, I can't tell you how good that is to get it to stop where it did from that far away. That is a super putt. So that brushed in for par here at 11, and he'll remain at 1 under par. We arrive here at the 456-yard 12th. Another beautiful par 4 here at Quail Hollow. There are plenty. No real trouble to speak of. If you find the fairway off the tee, you'll have a good angle at this green. I'll tell you what, that swing absolutely perfect, and a good result as well. Now note his second from the fairway.
He's got about 98 yards to the front, 109 to the hole. The pin is in the front right part of the green.
Needed maybe half a club more there. As it is, needs to get up and down to save par. This is a 9-footer. No missteps there. It is a par here at 12. And he'll remain right where he is. Par 3, 13th hole, 208 yards, and this begins a series of holes that will test even our best players.
And the fast green on top of it. You know, Quail Hollow, Rich, as we know, is some of the quickest greens on the PGA Tour. Anything above the hole on this green is going to be very, very fast. Also, the right side of this green, if you look carefully, if you try and hit your iron shot of the right side, it has a tendency to kick further right, and more than often, it actually rolls off the green.
And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either, sitting up in the short grass. Now, from the apron, a second to the par 3.
Lovely pitch shot. Just nipped that ball off the turf. Just flew through the air beautifully. Sat down fairly quick as well. Good shot.
Okay, safely in for par here at 13. And he'll stay right where he is. And now it's on to the 14th, another drivable par 4. This one measuring under 350 yards. Water all along the left side of the fairway. A long, slender green awaits. So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough. So he may need to choke up on this one as he gets set for his second. Okay, a little left to do, but safely on the green. 15 feet away. Good job of deadening it right by the hole, but he could not get it to go in. No issues there. It is a par here at 14. And he'll stay at even par. Featured golfer here today. Had some moments, but maybe not the round one you're looking for, Frank.
Too many mistakes, Rich. Right now, don't think about the leader. Just worry about improving your own game.
Till next. EA Sports and the Korn Ferry Tour are proud to feature some of the best young talent in the world of golf. Today, from picturesque Quail Hollow, live second-round coverage of the Charlotte Championship. Well, if we see more of what we witnessed yesterday, we're in for a heck of a battle these next 3 days as we show you the current leaderboard here on this Friday. Some good names up there, including our leader. We'll get right out to the action here as we head to the tee at the par 4 first. That one looking good. It's in the fairway here to start round 2. This is where club selection is so important. Second shot into that stiff breeze. Well, had a good look at the green, but couldn't cash it in the rough now, wondering what might have been. Well done. That is in for a par here at the first. And he'll stay at level par. Now to the second hole, the par 4. And Frank, what's in store for the players?
Opposite shaped hole to the opening hole. This one dog legs to the left. And those enormous oak trees have really become a problem with the tee shots. No use trying to go over them or around them. Just follow the fairway and play your second shot back uphill. Oh, that's a great tee shot. I know it doesn't count as a fairway hit, but when you're that far down there, the first cut is absolutely fine.
Second shot coming up. Let's check in for the first time with Notavigay III.
He's got 115 yards to the front, 149 to the hole. Player has to contend with this left to right breeze.
The strike was fine on the pitch shot. Ball first, then turf. Just wasn't really hit hard enough.
This will be a 14-foot putt here. That's a confident roll right there. Well done. It's a par here at the second. And he'll remain right where he is. Arriving now at the 483-yard par 4 third. Avoid the fairway bunker in the landing zone on the right, and birdie is a possibility. And that one not quite able to hang on. It's into the bunker.
Problem was getting in the bunker in the first place. All you can do, as you've done, take your medicine and rely on the next shot. Lovely pitch shot. Just nipped that ball off the turf. Just flew through the air beautifully. Sat down fairly quick as well. Good shot.
Nicely done. It is a par here at the third. And he'll stay right where he is. Interesting for the 2017 PGA Championship, this fourth hole was brand new. How'd they do, Frank?
Not bad, to be honest. Rich, Tom Fazio came in, did all this marvellous work, found a little area over here where the players start to sort of turn around and play the very, very next hole. And this par 3 just sort of sits out there in front of you with not much around it. But it is quite deceptive. Those 3 bunkers in front, you have to be respectful of wind and carry.
Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. Second shot now, here at the par 3. Okay, that one finished off. It's a par here at 4. And he'll remain right where he is. Here's another really good par 4. 449-yard fifth. And what's crucial here is to split those 2 bunkers guarding the landing area right at the dogleg to the right. If you're able to do that, good chance to make a birdie. Oh, that was a beautiful golf swing right there. Everything working in harmony and a great result in the fairway. Kane cut back left here today as he stares down his second to the par 4.
Well, not super close, but safely on the green.
Gonna have to give this a pretty good thump. This is well back there and into the hill. Yeah, that's a nice putt. Getting it there up the hill was half the battle. This got there just a little wide of the mark. That one finished off. It is a par here at 5. And he's going to stay 2 back. So for our featured golfer, Frank, they're in good position here for the weekend. Just a couple of shots back of our leader.
Basically, it's just birdie, bogey, and they're tied. I think that's the way we've got to look at it come tomorrow.
EA Sports and the Korn Ferry Tour are proud to bring you this look at the future stars in the sport of golf. From the Quail Hollow Club in Charlotte, live third-round coverage of the Charlotte Championship. Rich Lerner here in our tower overlooking the 18th green. Frank Nobilo is by my side. Out on the course, we've got Nota Begay III and Iona Stephen as we check the Saturday leaderboard. A number of folks in contention, including our leader. So out to the action we go as we join the play on the tee at the par 5 7th hole. And that, a good-looking shot there, well placed in the fairway. Now, after the big drive, this a good distance here for a second to the par 5.
That second shot got all the way down by the green, but in the bunker. So we'll have to see what the explosion shot can do from here. Really need a birdie right now.
Okay, a good out, and that's what will remain for birdie. From about 8 feet. Now, that one's going to go begging. It misses right. frustration there. That one finished off. It'll be a par here at 7. And he'll stay right where he is. Short par 4/8. Frank, as a commentator, as a fan, I love seeing guys go for it on a short par 4. Try to get to the green. Is it a good idea?
We're going to find out very, very quickly, but I love the moxie, though. I mean, the fact that people want to try and do this, that's what this game's all about. Give it a go. Laying up gets you nothing.
So often we talk about needing precision off the tee, and this is how you do it. That is dead center. So the great tee shot left him here. Now his second from relatively close range. That's a solid shot here into the 8th hole, and a good chance now for another birdie. Not that time. That's going to slip on by. Okay, that in for par here at the 8th. And he'll remain right where he is. From a drivable par 4 to a long par 4, we finished the outward 9 with a 505-yard 90. Avoid the fairway bunker on the right. You'll have a good look at a green flanked by 2 bunkers. Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked.
So from the rough, his second at 9. From the rough into the bunker, or the frying pan into the fire. Sometimes mistakes, they just have a way of compounding themselves. Yeah, look how quick that was. Very difficult to get that to stop, even out of the sand, and that race is right on by. Oh, yes, that's one of those putts that may take on greater importance tomorrow, but for now, that's a good par. Beginning the inward half now with a par 5 10th. It's not quite 600 yards, but it is close. It's a pretty good hole, Frank.
It is. The only thing really in the player's favor is it plays downhill, so not quite its full yardage. Avoid that bunker on the left. Will give you a chance to go for this par 5 and 2. But also look down there. If you look very, very closely on the left side, just short of this bunker, is a nice layup bunker. If you can't reach, avoid that.
is poetry in motion right there. What a golf swing, and a big drive as well.
Two solid shots at the par 5 and found the greenside bunker. Lie looks good. Now, just needed a good bunker shot.
Okay, a good out, and that's what will remain for birdie. This from about 10 feet. Got it there, but not quite on target. He'll finish that one off with no problem. It's in for par, and he'll remain at 2 over par. Frank, this was supposed to be moving day for our featured golfer, but instead they were moving in the wrong direction. EA Sports and the Korn Ferry Tour bring you the best young talent in the world of golf. From the Quail Hollow Club in Charlotte, it's live final round coverage of the Charlotte Championship. Well, we have already seen 3 scintillating, sometimes spectacular rounds of golf. By the time twilight comes calling later today, we will have a champion as we check the Sunday leaderboard. A lot of folks fighting for the title, including our leader. So let's get out and pick up the action as we head to the tee at the par 5 15. Solid, good drive in the fairway.
This par 5 green is well protected. That's 2 good shots, but that bunker's there for a reason. Now, with some nifty sand play, we're looking at 4.
Okay, a good out, and that's what will remain for birdie. Yes, never in doubt. It's a birdie here at 15. And with that, he's back to 2 over. Now to the 16th hole. It is a better than 500-yard par 4, and it begins what they call the green mile. It is as tough a finishing stretch as you will find anywhere in golf.
And it's also beautiful to the eye when you stand on that 16th tee. It does play downhill nearly 10 yards. So that bunker on the right side is 320. Take away the 10, so it's about 310 to carry. If you can take that line, you will choose so much off this hole. And then the second shot also is a little down breeze, and it has like an infinity.
Ooh, some big drives today. That might be the biggest of the bunch. This is an approach shot that will really test the player. Second to the 16th. Birdie putt coming up, and we go to Iona Stephen.
Yeah, and it would be easy to leave this one short because we're going back up that hill with just the slightest bit of movement from left to right.
Pretty good read there. Definitely good speed, and it just skips a foot or so by. Okay, that'll be a par here at 16. And he'll stay right where he is. Next up is Quail Hollow's signature hole, the 190-yard par 3 17. Tee shot playing almost entirely over water to a peninsula green. The bunker on the right collects many bailout tee shots, inviting disaster with a poorly executed explosion shot. A tester, to say the least. That one was running so hot. Still work to do to get this on the green. This his second.
Just nothing really on that chip shot. Just, it's a waste.
That one just gonna sneak on by. That one finished off for bogey here at 17. And he'll slide back now to 3 over par. Here we go, the par 4 18th, the final 494 yards of this green mile. And it is no walk in the park, is it, Frank?
No, and the decision you have to make on the tee as well, Rich. You can see the stream all the way down the left side, plus the bunker on the right. So the decision is, Do I hit 3-wood or something just short of the bunker, around 290 yards? Or do I have a club that can go 320 to the narrowest part of the fairway? So, fairway, longer shot, risk, shorter shot, your decision. It might be in the rough, but that was absolutely crushed.
Second shot now at the home hole. Ball is in the rough, but has a chance to get this within birdie range with a good shot. Substantial movement on this putt right to left, and it's from distance, so this one not just about speed, but line as well. Yeah, that's good pace, just a little offline, but not too bad from that far away. Okay, so that will wind up a par at the last. And this will be a 72 for this final round. So for our featured golfer, Frank, in the mix much of the week. It'll be a top 10 finish, but maybe a chance to rue a few missed opportunities.
Depends how you look at it. I agree with you. Definitely some missed opportunities, but there's enough good there. So how do they show up next time, though? I think that's the key.
So EA Sports and the Korn Ferry Tour are proud to showcase the finest young golfers from around the globe. From scenic Pebble Beach, it's live first-round coverage of the season finale, the Korn Ferry Tour Championship. This is going to be a compelling 4 days of golf. A lot of storylines to follow as we move through the weekend, and we take a look at the leaderboard here in round one. Some good names up there, including our leader. So let's get you out to the action on the turn as we head to the tee at the par 410. Maybe some frustrations taken out there after that last hole. That was a big swing, and it is going to be a big result. A little over 80 yards here as he gets set for his second.
It's a good shot, but does leave that little uphill putt, so that one will be slow.
This one measures out to 15 feet. That's the way to start the backside. A perfect read. Gets a birdie at number 10. Well, this is where Pebble Beach changes significantly. We're going away from the Pacific Ocean now, up the hill toward the forest. Frank, what do you think of the 11th hole?
Well, it's tricky, Rich. Number one, because it's blind, as you've detailed, but uphill and it's sea level, so that tee shot's not going to go that far. There is a run out down that left side, just inside the tree line there. That's about 308 yards, but you're not going to go that far. So really, you have to respect this hole. Just hit a fairway finder.
Yeah, nothing to fault there. Good balance, good follow through, and a good start to this hole. Second shot, good look at the green. Third shot coming up now from the bunker. Yeah, that'll do nicely. Just beyond the hole. Super job there out of the bunker. Oh, no, just a lack of concentration there. It'll cost him. Safely in. It's a bogey here at number 11. And that's going to move him back to 2 over par. And now we arrive at the 202-yard par 3 12th. Best to work the ball right to left, landing as softly as possible on one of the firmest greens at Pebble Beach. And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either. Sitting up in the short grass. A chance maybe to run something back there for his second.
Lovely pitch shot. Just nipped that ball off the turf. Just flew through the air beautifully. Sat down fairly quick as well. Good shot.
That one safely in. It's a par here at 12. And he'll remain right where he is. Well, this par 4 13th hole doesn't show up on a lot of postcards the way, say, the 8th hole would. But, Frank, this is a legitimate and challenging par 4, isn't it?
It certainly is, Rich. 400 yards, but it plays longer than that by virtue of being uphill. But the addition of those 3 bunkers in on the right side have certainly shrunk the width of this fairway. Plus, it still tips from the right side to the left.
I'll tell you what, that swing absolutely perfect and a good result as well. Second shot coming up. Let's bring in Iona Stephen.
We have 124 yards left to the hole. Pin tucked in the front left-hand portion of the green today.
Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Now a 7-footer. Well judged, that is in for par here at 13. And he'll remain at +4. So 1 round in the books. Frank, how would you assess what you saw from this golf course?
I think the golf course was the star, Rich. Really, there's enough good holes out there, some strong par 4s to really make you think. And then there's enough.
EA Sports and the Korn Ferry Tour are proud to feature some of the best young talent in the world of golf. From the world-famous Pebble Beach Golf Links, live second-round coverage of the Korn Ferry Tour Championship. Things starting to slowly take shape here on this Friday. For some, it is a race for the top prize. For others, it's a fight to stick around for the weekend as we show you the leaderboard. We've got a tie at the very top at 4 under to this point. So let's get out to the course as we pick up the action starting at the par 4 11. That's the kind of swing you want to break down and study. Perfect tempo on the backswing, club head pointing to the target, and then just an explosion through impact. Very well done. And that will make it onto the putting surface, but ultimately, not a real good shot. Yeah, that's a nice putt. Getting it there up the hill was half the battle. This got there just a little wide of the mark. Okay, well done. It is a par here at 11, and he'll stay at level par.
First par 3 now on the backside. Frank, this is sort of the forgotten hole, the 12th, 202 yards.
It is. It's in the corner of the golf course. If you look at the right side of the screen, it's very narrow, but that's actually the entry or the gateway. And the reason why I say that is that's the full width of the putting surface. If you're going to take the bunker on, you've got to carry the ball another 8 or 9 yards. But one thing in your favor is this hole plays 10 yards downhill.
And that one wanders off to the right, so time to see if the wedge can save him. Now a second to this par 3.
About 17 feet on this putt.
Nope. So a tough hole, and it's in for bogey at 12. And he's going to fall back now to 1 over par. Here we are at Pebbles' 13th 401-yard par 4 that some consider a bit of a breather on the course. Birdie is definitely a possibility here. Oh, that was a beautiful golf swing right there. Everything working in harmony and a great result in the fairway. Down on the course, let's check in with Nota Begay III.
105 yards to the front, 112 to the hole. Tough wind for a right-hander coming from left to right. Sandwich in the air here, and it's drifting just right.
Oh, excellent shot. I love it when it's the right distance. This one just a little to the right. Nothing wrong with that.
Not that time. Pretty good effort, but it'll wander a couple of feet by. Okay, safely in for par here at 13, and he'll stay at 1 over.
Frank, the 14th hole, par 5, it is one of the most difficult par 5s in championship golf, isn't it?
It certainly is, Rich. Not just because of the length of the hole, 570 plus yards, but breachable only really by the longest hitters in the right conditions. But it's the third shot. I've got to rank the third shot as probably the hardest short wedge shot.
So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough. Okay, back into the fairway, but still a long road home from there.
Frank, it's just a short shot here, this third to the par 5 14th. What makes it so daunting?
Well, you look at the size of the green, Rich, and you would think it's a pretty big target, but then look closely. The flat area on the green, I've got to say, is really 4 yards by 4 yards. And that's it. If you go beyond that, you're in trouble. So you have to be so precise. And on top of that, you can't see the bottom of the flag. You're going a little bit uphill, so there's a little bit of doubt. It's a tough shot. No, it's a decent-sized green. It's not bad, just a little past the hole.
Stays perfect on that one. It's in for birdie. And he'll try and fight back as that scores back to 3 over par. So for our featured golfer, Frank, it is on to the weekend. Who knows, if you get out early on Saturday, try and post a number. EA Sports and the Korn Ferry Tour are proud to bring you this look at the future stars in the sport of golf. From breathtaking Pebble Beach golf links, third-round coverage of the Korn Ferry Tour Championship. Well, if yesterday was any indication, we should be in for a memorable weekend of golf here as we take in the leaderboard on this Saturday. A number of folks in contention, including our leader. Time to head out to the course as we pick things up on the tee at the long par 5 sixth. No fairway here. This one in that rough.
Second shot from the rough at the par 5 sixth hole. You cannot help but think about what Tiger Woods did here in 2000 on his way to winning the U.S. Open. It was one of the greatest shots in the history of the sport. 7-iron from about 200 yards, thick rough. He just lashed at it, muscled it up the hill. And Roger Maltby, the announcer, said, it's just not a fair fight. He was right.
That's what he wanted to do. After the tee shot, puts himself in really good position here on the par 5. Down on the course, let's check in with Nota Begay III.
Couple nice shots up to this point. Ball sitting in the fairway, looking straight at this beautiful green, sitting right against the Pacific Ocean.
Two good shots on this par 5. Leaves that simple little chip, and that was beautifully played.
Okay, well done there. It's a birdie here at the 6th. And he's got it back to 4 over par.
Tee at number 7. And Frank, this is the shortest hole in championship golf. It is also one of the most beautiful holes in championship golf.
Yeah, it certainly is, and people assume that short is easy, but just look how small that tire is.
Good chance at one. That's a fun tee shot to hit right there. You know the wind is at your back. You tee it high and just let it go. Get it up there in the jet stream, and that's just what he did. He's going to love that. well done. It's back-to-back birdies here on this front side. Will certainly help the cause. Now to one of the most picturesque par fours in the world, the 8th hole here at Pebble Beach. Jack Nicklaus, who won the U.S. Open here, called it simply the greatest second shot to a par four anywhere in the world. Yeah, this not a terribly long hole, so precision off the tee is the key, and the iron is the right call there.
Frank, just the visuals on this second shot to number 8, mind-boggling.
Yeah, this is really where Pebble Beach attracts the best players in the world. Sitting on top of that hill, and you look at this green that angles away from the player on the player's right. Plus, you actually have to look at the putting surface. There's only a small area of flat surface. If you come up, anything sort of 5 or 6 yards short on that putting surface, it will come off. But also, too, you can, if you have a little bit of local knowledge, don't tell too many people, but you can use the back edge of the green, too, to roll the ball back.
How good are these players? It lands it on the putting surface from a million miles away and still manages to hold the green. That's going to scoot a foot or two by. Okay, that in for par here at the 8th. And he'll hold steady at +3.
Frank, as you know, depending on the time of year, you could see gray whales out on Carmel Bay, sea otters feeding on abalone, sea lions sunbathing on the rocks, or you could see none of it because this 9th hole absolutely demands your full attention.
Well, there's a different sort of mammal trying to play this hole. That first bunker on the left side, that shouldn't be in play, but this hole tilts so much from left to right, I think it sort of funnels you towards the sea otters and the whales.
Yeah, that's a beautiful tee shot. Now watch this go. And it's going to trundle right on down the slope from the fairway. Let's go to Noda.
Well, when you find your ball in the fairway at the 9th, you hit a great tee shot, one of the most difficult fairways to hit on the entire golf course, but now it opens up the opportunity to hit a great second.
Well, I'm not going to rag on the shot. It was a good strike, but look where the flag is. It's on the other side of the green.
Now this for birdie.
And all things considered, he's in a pretty good spot. It might move gently to his right as it works back up the slope.
Got it there, but not quite on target. That's nearly a birdie, but par is all he'll have to show for it. Hope you're enjoying this little stroll along Carmel Bay, and the golf is as good as the view. This 10th hole is 444 yards. I would tell you that it is the widest fairway at Pebble Beach. It is, but it doesn't feel that way because of the way it slopes left to right, and if you're not careful, this one can get away from you and head toward that Pacific. And that will do just fine. Put himself in an excellent position. Keyboards, 88 yards. Really good opportunity here. Second shot.
It's a bit of a head turner, really. That was a green light situation from that distance, and far from the best shot I've seen today.
That was low from the start. So that's in for par to start this backside. And he'll stay right where he is. Now we come to the 11th hole, and now the golf course heads up and inland, away from the water. Only 370 yards, best to be on the left side of the fairway. That will then open up the approach into what is one of the smaller greens here at Pebble Beach. And that ball absolutely walled. That is a big drive there. Gotta think this an extra half club or more as he sets for his second into the wind. That is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one. A shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Now, test for the short game.
Okay, that's a good putt. It is in to save par. And he's going to stay at +5. Well, without a doubt, a disappointing Saturday for our featured golfer. High expectations coming in, but it's an over par round, leaving him well back.
Rich, this is...
EA Sports and the Korn Ferry Tour bring you the best young talent in the world of golf. From the Monterey Peninsula and Pebble Beach, the big one, live final round coverage of the Korn Ferry Tour Championship. It is the great challenge that all these golfers face, trying to string 4 solid rounds together, trying to best Mother Nature and this course, and trying to beat the entire field as we check the leaderboard. A lot of folks fighting for the title, including our leader. So we'll pick up the action on the tee at the par 5 14th.
Well, somehow the ball's got through the other side of the tree and really hadn't lost that much yardage.
Well, just a good solid shot right there with that 3-wood, Frank.
It's an aggressive layup, really, trying to force that 3-wood down and get it as close as possible to the green. That's 2 good shots if you can't reach the par 5. That just came out blazing. As soon as it hit the green, it was never going to stop.
Oh, maybe a misread there, and that curls by to the left. Safely in. It's a bogey here at 14. And that's going to move him all the way down to plus 10.
Here at the 15th, a good drive, Frank, would be right down the middle. A bad drive would be on 17-mile drive. As scenic as it is, it's not where you want to be, is it? It's out of bounds.
Well, you can't afford to go right. You can't afford to pay for that real estate on the right either. So, yeah, anything down there. And fortunately, it's a downhill tee shot. I know there's...
And that was flirting with disaster the whole way, and it's going to wind up hopping into the bunker. Now this, an awkward distance for a bunker shot. Oh, kind of bladed that one. Got it out, but it is now in the rough. Yeah, good putt. That's in for par here at 15, and he'll remain at plus 10. We now begin one of the most beautiful stretches of finishing holes in all of golf, the march to the sea at Pebble Beach, starting with a 400-yard par 4 16th. Key here, carry the island bunker.
Well, that drive was enormous. I know it's in the rough, but that is long.
Ball appears to be sitting up here in the rough at the 16th hole. Decent lie, but you just won't be able to get it to spin. See what he can do now with this, his second shot. Well, it's on, but that's going to make things difficult from there. Not only a long putt, but a bending putt. Strong right to left in this one. They'll be very pleased just to get this one within a couple of feet. You might like this one. You might really like it. Oh, in style. What a putt there at 16. It is down for a birdie. And he'll at least get back into single digits, now 9 over par.
Well, here we are, 17th hole, and this is where you can make your mark on the sport. Frank, so much history at this par 3.
It's just a great hole too, Rich. You know, that hourglass-shaped green on the angle. But you're right when you talk about history. You go back to 1972, and this hole played into the breeze. It was a one-iron for Jack Nicklaus. He said one of the greatest shots he ever hit. Actually hit the flagstick, nearly went in. And, of course, one of my favorites is 1982. Tom Watson had missed this green to the left, and the late Bruce Edwards was his caddy. And they were looking for options because they were in such a perilous situation with the U.S. Open on the line. And Watson said, well, what about if I just hole it? And if you look really closely at the footage, as Watson starts to run across the green, he's pointing his finger back at Bruce and saying, I told you so. And then just a few years ago, too, Gary Woodland, he had to chip it on this green and made 3.
Good job to deaden it right by the hole, but he could not get it to go in. No problems there. That's par here at 17. And he's going to stay at 9 over par. Well, here we are now at arguably the greatest finishing hole in golf. 536-yard par 5. Pacific Ocean, massive fairway bunkers stretching more than 100 yards on the left, and cypress trees. Just a few of the things you need to contend with. Some big drives today. That might be the biggest of the bunch. Now, after the big drive, this a good distance here for a second to the par 5. Well, Frank, it is a pleasant walk under any circumstances, but how good is it when you've knocked it on in 2 here at the 18th at Pebble Beach?
It's a lot better than picking one out of the Pacific Ocean, Rich. That was just a great shot. And finally, you can exhale. The job is nearly finished.
That is a disappointment inside of 10 feet to not be able to get that one down. Okay, it's a nice finish, a birdie at 18. And that will make this a final round score of 75. So, Frank, our golfer just could not get things going here in this final round, and it winds up a disappointing finish.
And hopefully it's not a bad habit, too, because, as we know, they normally give out trophies on Sundays, so you do not want to get in a habit of playing poorly on Sunday.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour are proud to present this first step on the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From La Quinta, California and PGA West, it's the opening round of the first tournament of the new year the American Express. Well, it's been a long off season. Everyone here looking to get their new year off on the right foot. What better place to do it than right here in La Quinta as we see what's going on here in round one. Brian Stewart is your leader. He's at 3 under par here in the early going. So let's get you out to the action on the turn as we head to the tee at the par 410. Frank, this is our golfer's first ever tournament as a professional on the PGA Tour. Now,
I was lucky enough that I had some friends that were professional golfers, and they took me aside and they said, listen, you got 2 arms, you got 2 legs, you're just like everybody else in the field. Don't give in to them. But the nerves too, you know, you feel like you're in somebody else's body, but they said the other bit of advice I got, nerves mean you care. So don't ever want to play without them. So great advice too. And this is a moment that they will always remember, your debut on the PGA Tour.
okay, on the green, but it's going to leave a putt that will get your attention. This will be a 14-foot putt here. Oh, man, the speed was spot on. A good putt, but nothing to show for it. Okay, safely in for his par, and he'll remain at 1 under par. You know, Frank, this is a great setting for kicking off the new season. This Palm Springs area weather is almost ideal every single year. It's kind of like golf in a dome. So what's the secret to being successful on desert courses like this? Because we've seen some really low scores through the years.
Rich, you nailed it. Dome-like conditions means everybody's going to go low. You're not really worrying about cross breezes. Plus, inside 20 feet, you're going to have a good look at it. And don't keep looking at that leaderboard, because if you think you're going to make birdies, everybody else is doing the same thing. Pedal to the metal.
Still better than 3 bills away as he puts forth his second to the par 5. That is a really good shot on him. 2 on this par 5, but the work's not done yet.
I'm a tough taskmaster. If he makes the putt, or at least gets down in 2, then I'm going to congratulate him on the result.
Look at this putt. That is something special right there. From that far away to gauge that speed, that is so well done. You bet. A birdie here at the 11th. And he'll move to 2 under par, 1 back of our leader. Up next, the number 18 handicap hole at PGA West. 363-yard par 4 12. Left side of the fairway is well guarded by bunkers, so the right side is ideal.
Well, it's in the first cut. We know you can't spin the ball as much from the first cut. Still lying okay.
And that'll do just fine. This a little under 10 feet for birdie. Nicely done. 2 straight birdies here early on this backside. Quite a par 3 here, the 13th at 214 yards. There's water left, not much bailout on the right. That's what a good par 3 is supposed to be, requiring one well-struck, accurate tee shot. And look at where that is going to wind up. That is as good as it gets. So now eyeing this one for birdie. Oh, how about the run here? That a 3rd consecutive birdie. Once again, at PGA West, we're looking at a hole that's not overly long. It'll tempt you, 389 yards. The key, keep it away from that bunker on the right side of the fairway. So, you're favoring the left. If you get it where you're supposed to, then you can access the whole location. Birdie's a good possibility here. Yeah, pretty easy to run it right through this 14th fairway if you take driver, and that is on into the rough. Well, obviously that's not his best, but it'll be quickly forgotten, Frank, if he's able to get out of here with his par.
Well, you might forget it. I won't. Far from his best.
Yes, a perfect read there. That is in to save par. And this will remain a one-shot advantage. 15th hole, not surprisingly, is called Turning Home because we're headed toward the clubhouse now. It's 468 yards of par 4, and it's the 2nd toughest at PGA West, so this is all you want. Need to be straight off the tee. If you can get it in play and away from those bunkers on the left and right of the fairway, 4 is a good possibility, and you'd be happy to make par here. Oh, that was a beautiful golf swing right there. Everything working in harmony and a great result in the fairway. Second shot coming up, and we say hello to Iona Stephen.
We have 129 yards to the front of this green. 137 is the number you'll need to get it all the way to the flag. The pin up front in the right-hand corner of the green.
That's got to be disappointing. Good lie in the fairway, and the approach winds up in the bunker. Gonna have to give this a pretty good thump. Line may have been a little more sunken in than we had thought, but all in all, not a bad shot out of the bunker. Yeah, that's well done. He's able to save his par, and he'll stay at -3. Yes, a good position to be in after day one for our featured golfer. Just a shot back and playing well.
Yeah, there or thereabouts. I think that's a good indicator that they're certainly going to be in contention come Sunday.
That'll do it for the first round of the new PGA Tour season. We'll be back tomorrow with second round coverage of the American Express. Until then, Rich Lerner saying so long from La Quinta. EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From sunny La Quinta, California, live second-round coverage of the opening tournament on the tour schedule, the American Express. What a great time of year to be here in La Quinta. If you come in July, expect temperatures north of 110 degrees. But now, here in January, this is perfect as we check our Day 2 leaderboard. Matthias Schwab is our leader. He's currently at 5 under. Time to head out to the course as we pick things up on the tee at the par 4 12th. So this, the second round of the American Express, our featured golfer we're following here.
Shots like that, knock a few putts, and you're going to turn a few heads. And every season, as you know, Rich, I'm always looking for a new name. Might have just found one.
So one round in the books for our featured golfer as a professional, and it was subpar. Nota Begay III was out on the grounds following the action. And Nota, what were your takeaways from what looked to be a really solid first round?
Well, subpar meaning in the red versus below average, and I really liked what I saw. There were some nerves early in the round, but this player was able to settle down, get into their game, start to execute at a high level, and really came out with a very nice start.
Oh, missed it right. Just didn't have the right line. That one safely in. It's a par here at 12. And he'll remain in red figures at 1 under. Look what we have here, more water. 214-yard par 3 13th offering, little bailout right and water left. Accuracy off the tee is the key here. A very sensible play there, right in the middle of the green. We turn to Notavigay III for this look at birdie.
And these are the putts he hasn't been able to do much with all day. This doesn't have a whole lot of movement to it, and he could surely use it.
Not quite on line, and that'll drift a couple feet by. Okay, safely in for par here at 13. And he'll remain right where he is. Arriving now at the 389-yard par 4 14th. Bunker on the right side of the fairway, so it is best to favor the left side off the tee. The PGA Tour season kicking off here at PGA West in La Quinta, California. And we're back at it next week. Frank will make the 2-hour drive down to La Jolla and Torrey Pines outside of San Diego for the Farmers.
Coastline. I mean, there's something wrong. This is gorgeous.
Yeah, for a short hole, sometimes driver can be too much, and that one races right through this 14th fairway. And that's going to leave some work, but it'll end up okay.
18-footer.
That one just going to sneak on by. No issues there. It is a par here at 14. And he'll stay right where he is. As we arrive at 15 and head back toward the clubhouse, we come to the hole they call Returning Home, a 468-yard par 4, and the second hardest hole at PGA West. Have to be straight off the tee, as there are bunkers on both sides of the fairway. Right side. So that ball nestles down in the rough. Just got away a little bit on that tee ball. See what he can do with this one. His second at the 15th. Just want to avoid the flyer lie coming out of that rough.
And safely on deck. That's the main thing, but from that distance, really don't want to leave yourself like a knee knocker, like a 4 or 5 footer. So this first putt's going to have to be good.
Yeah, that's a pretty good putt. Just a little bit off the mark. Okay, a solid par here at the 15th. And he'll stay at 2 under. So our featured golfer here, pretty solid through the first 2 days, safely through to the weekend and squarely in the conversation.
That's right, Rich. Get off to a good start tomorrow, throw a few birdies in early, and could make...
EA Sports and the PGA Tour are proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From the stadium course at PGA West, live coverage coming your way of round 3 of the season opening event, the American Express. You know, for many years, this was Bob Hope's tournament. He, of course, a great entertainer, and we're in for an entertaining weekend of golf. As you look at the leaderboard on this Saturday, out front, it's Max Homa. He's at 6 under par. We'll get right out to the action here as we head to the tee at the par 4 first. Frank, our golfer here, as we've been mentioning this week, making their debut on the PGA Tour. I'll tell you what, it has been pretty impressive to this point. What do you think?
I certainly think so, Rich. You know, you start the week off with that sort of list, shopping list. Make the cut, tick that. In contention, tick that. Tomorrow, we're all going to be talking.
I want to bring in Nota Begay, the third, 4-time winner on the PGA Tour. Nota's been following the action so far this week, and this is really impressive. Not only has our featured player made the cut, Nota, but they're entering the weekend with a chance to be in contention. What would this do for a young golfer?
Well, veterans on the PGA Tour know this very well, and young players will learn it very quickly that the third round is moving day, and you can move one of two ways. You can continue to move up, or if you make some mistakes and don't execute, you can move down. Players got to continue to focus on what's gotten them to this point, which is working.
And not just working, but who knows, maybe winning in their first ever professional start. Noting in watching our player over the last several rounds, what specifically has stood out to you?
Well, the fact of the matter is that players that show up on the PGA Tour nowadays show up so much more well prepared to win early. They get a lot of experience at the collegiate level, at the developmental tours like the Korn Ferry Tour, so they come into these situations with much more experience and a level of expertise that gives them that incentive to go out there and get it done.
One of the best swings of the day. Just unlucky, really. That last bounce kicked it into the first cut.
Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. Frankie's not going to make the highlight shows tonight, but he might still make par, which isn't all bad.
Hey, let's face it, that is very forgettable.
That finished off for par here with the second, and he'll remain 3 shots off the pace. Par 4 third's a good one at 471 yards. Ideal spot is the right side of this fairway. That way you keep it away from that large fairway bunker on the left. Good drive, and you'll have a chance to make a good score here. I'll tell you what, that swing absolutely perfect, and a good result as well. Beautiful look at the Santa Rosa Mountains in the background as he readies his second.
Nice approach shot, and the other good thing about that, left it below the hole.
14 feet to the hole. That is well judged. Straight into the cup. It's a birdie here at number 3. And that puts him at 2 under for his round, 4 under for the tournament. This is a good par 3, and it's the first one of the day, the 192-yard fourth. You can see the trouble is that large bunker on the right side. And I think obviously you would rather be long than short here. Okay, that's going to end up right in the middle of the green. Well, Iona's had a good look. Now this for birdie.
Well, for a long putt like this, there's really not a whole lot to it. I think you'll fancy his chances at this one.
Oh, wow, that is some kind of putt. Perfect speed, perfect line. It's in for a birdie. And he'll move to 3 under here. Just one shot off the lead. All right, let's see what you have in the bag. Let's see what you have inside. This one is 535 yards. It's par 5. It's nicknamed Double Trouble. You think you have 314 yards of carry? That's what it takes to clear that water. So now, a tough carry over water for this, his second at 5.
That just came out blazing. As soon as it hit the green, it was never going to stop.
Nine feet left here for birdie. Yes, a good read. It's a birdie here at 5. And that's going to move him to 6 under par. So for the golfer we've been watching, it will all be on the line tomorrow. It is a tie atop the leaderboard after 54 holes, Frank.
And with 18 holes to go, it's really hard to pick the player that's going to stand out. It could very well come down to one loose shot or perhaps something great.
Final round coverage of the American Express comes your way tomorrow, 3 Eastern, noon Pacific. We'll crown our first winner of the season on the PGA Tour. Until then, so long from the Coachella Valley.